morning, it's another beautiful day here in Dublin, and today is our second day. We were only here for one night, which was last night. We had the amazing Celtic nights in the Arlington Hotel last night. It was wonderful, really, really good. This morning, it's a bit of a different type of day. We're in Kilmainham Gaol Museum, which is the jail, which was the jail here, and we booked in for a tour. So it's lovely around this area. They've also got a handy Hilton there as well if you want to stay next to the jail. Well, that was very, very interesting, but they don't let people record inside. It's just still photography, so I've taken loads of pictures inside. But that was really interesting. It tells about the history, how it opened in 1796 and closed in 1924. In 1916 they had the Rising in Dublin. It tells the story of Joseph Plunkett and Grace Guilford. And it's got, in the museum, it's got Grace's wedding ring. You have a look, it's wonderful. You have a look around all the cells. They've got some cell doors that are open, so you can go in and have a look. It's really, really interesting, quite sad as well. They also said that the youngest person was 3 years old, and they got imprisoned for 2 weeks for begging in 1856, which is crazy to think that a 3-year-old is imprisoned. Yeah, it tells about how the prison was made, and it was made out of limestone. How inside the cells they had bedding, buckets and candlelight, and that's all they had in there. And then we went into the stonebreakers yard, where they executed people. They blindfolded them and they put white paper over their hearts so they knew where to aim for. Just, you know, absolutely really interesting, just and to see it all and to be part of history was really, really good. We went into the exercise yard where they were allowed 1 hour exercise in silence, and they had to keep their eyes on the prisoner in front's feet. And they talk about the escape in 1921 where somebody, prison officers, I think, Welsh prison officers, well done Dad, smuggled in bolt cutters for them, and they walked out to their cell, they cut the gates with bolt cutters, and then they got into a tram. So, pick up in 1 minute. Yeah, so it was really, really interesting, and I'll put some photos in to show you now. Our next stop, which will be the next video, is of the Guinness factory, so the Guinness storehouse. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that we can record in there for you, because it'd be nice to show you what we can see. Thanks for watching. Bye. This is the Catholic chapel in Kilmainham Gaol. Still open to the public today. It has red walls and a wooden altar made by an inmate in 1882. And this is where Joseph Plunkett married Grace Guilford just hours before his execution. This is one of the corridors known as the 1789 corridor. It's cold, bare and gloomy, just like much of the Gaol. This is the cell of Simon Donnelly, a vice commandant during the War of Independence. He was arrested in 1921 and placed here in the murderer's gallery. This cell door is part of the West Wing, the oldest part of the Gaol. When the prison opened in 1796, there was no glass, no heating and hardly any light. These photos show what it looks like to peek through the spy hole of a cell, giving us a chilling view of how the prisoners were watched. This was the cell of political leader Charles Stewart Parnell. It was larger than the others and had its own fireplace and gas lamps. He stayed here until 1882. This is the bright and airy West Wing, built in the 1860s. It was designed so all cells could be seen from one central point, based on the Victorian idea of constant surveillance. Inside the cells were basic and small. Light came from a tiny window high up, which prisoners couldn't see out of. These photos show the cell of Grace Gifford Plunkett. She was jailed here during the Civil War, years after marrying Joseph Plunkett in the prison chapel. She painted many drawings on the cell walls during her time inside. This is a modern painting based on the original crayon sketch Grace did while in prison. The original was too damaged over time, so artist Tom Ryan recreated it. This quiet yard in the West Wing was the condemned yard. It was used by prisoners awaiting their fate and for hard labour. This cross marks where leaders of the 1916 Easter Rising were executed. It's a powerful and emotional place within the prison. This plaque lists the names of the 14 men executed in 1916. It's a tribute to their sacrifice for Irish independence. This is the original entrance to Kilmainham Gaol. The carving above shows twisted shapes said to represent the worst crimes, which were murder, rape, theft, treason and piracy. This display shows the full layout of Kilmainham Gaol. It helps you understand how the prison was designed and how huge it really is. These are photos of prisoner John Sheehan's wooden box and his prison entry record, giving us a glimpse into life behind bars. This display explains how prisoners were kept apart in total silence, believed to encourage reflection and regret. This shows how mugshots were taken. Prisoners had to go in front of the camera for their photo before they were being locked away. This is an original table from one of the cells. It shows just how little prisoners had during their time inside. These gates were used in a daring escape in 1921 by 3 prisoners during the War of Independence. They broke the padlock using bolt cutters smuggled in by friendly soldiers. The padlock is now on display alongside the gates.